There's a cold truth most men aren't willing to face. You're becoming more invisible every single year. Not because you're getting uglier, not because you're less intelligent, but because you never learned how to be genuinely attractive. The kind of attractive that doesn't come from your face, your money, or your muscles. Look around you. There are 45-year-old men who walk into a room and every gaze turns toward them. Not because they're the best looking, but because they carry an energy that makes it impossible to look away. And at the exact same time, millions of other men are fading. They're still there, still existing, but no one really sees them anymore. What's the difference? It's not in what you can see, it's in 5 invisible habits that the most dangerous men have been practicing for years, and nobody told you about them. The Stoics discovered these habits 2,000 years ago, and they're still true today. Stay until the 5th habit. That's the one that changes everything. Habit number 1, and this is the foundation: emotional stillness. Look at the face of a 50-year-old man. You'll see the story of his life, not in his wrinkles, but in his tension. Stress etched into his jaw, anxiety living in the corners of his eyes, anger carved across his forehead. These aren't signs of age, they're signs of a man who spent 30 years letting every storm outside control the weather inside. And then you see a different kind of man. Same age, same storms, maybe even worse ones. But his face doesn't carry those scars, because somewhere along the way, he learned a skill most men never learn: pausing before reacting. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it." The still man isn't emotionless. He's a man who refuses to be controlled by his emotions. When insulted, he doesn't explode. When betrayed, he doesn't collapse. He watches his own anger like an outsider, and then lets it pass. This isn't weakness. This is the ultimate form of power. And women, they feel it instantly. Habit number 2. Radical authenticity, or said more simply, stop performing. Pretending is the fastest way to age. You know this kind of man. With his boss, he's submissive. With his friends, he's boastful. With women, he plays a completely different role. He's a different person in every room. And everyone can feel it. They don't respect him. They pity him because they've never actually met the real him. Now imagine the opposite. A man walks into a room and he's exactly himself. Nothing more, nothing less. He speaks to the CEO the exact same way he speaks to the waiter. He doesn't adjust his opinions to please the crowd. He doesn't shrink to make other people comfortable. That consistency, that refusal to fragment himself, is what makes him unforgettable. The Stoics called this living in accordance with nature. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do." Most men never complete step 1. They spend their entire lives borrowing identities from other people: parents, culture, social media. The result? They become forgettable, replaceable, invisible. The authentic man doesn't need to impress because he doesn't need your approval. And that's exactly what makes you unable to look away. Habit number 3, and this is the one most men get wrong: emotional release. Nothing ages a man faster than what he refuses to feel. Grief that was never cried becomes a heavy walk. Swallowed anger settles into the shoulders like concrete. Suppressed resentment becomes a permanent tension around the mouth. That slight downturn you can spot from across the room. The youngest looking man isn't the one who avoided pain. He's the one who felt it fully, and then let it pass through him. He doesn't accumulate emotional debt. He clears the balance daily. There's a harmful misunderstanding about Stoicism. People think Stoics suppress their emotions. Cold, robotic. That's not Stoicism. That's avoidance wearing a philosophy mask. Real Stoics do something far more courageous. They face the pain. They name it. They understand where it comes from. And then they decide not to carry it anymore. Seneca lost his brother and didn't pretend he was fine. He wrote about the grief openly, honestly, but he also wrote about the danger of turning grief into a permanent residence. Feel it, then let it go. The man who masters this doesn't just look younger, he feels lighter. And that lightness, in a world where everyone is tensed up, is the strongest magnet there is. Habit number 4, silent confidence. This is something you can observe anywhere: a coffee shop, a boardroom, a dinner party. Watch who talks the most. Then watch who commands the most respect. They're almost never the same person. There's a kind of confidence that never needs to announce itself. It doesn't interrupt. It doesn't dominate conversations. It doesn't list achievements or fish for validation. And yet everyone in the room knows exactly where the power sits. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." It sounds like advice for children, but watch the most respected men you know. They live this. Silent confidence is built on a single premise. You already know who you are, so you don't need anyone else to confirm it. The man who's constantly explaining himself, justifying his decisions, defending his worth, he's broadcasting insecurity. Not through what he's saying, but through the fact that he needs to say anything at all. The man who can sit in silence without discomfort. The man who answers a question directly and then stops talking. No qualifiers, no hedging, no seeking permission to hold his own opinion. That man doesn't just seem confident, he seems dangerous. And controlled danger, that's the deadliest kind of attractive. And the final habit, the one that ties everything together, the men who become most attractive with age all share one quality. They're living for something bigger than their own comfort. Most men spend their lives chasing pleasure and avoiding pain. That's the default operating system. But pleasure is a terrible compass. It leads to consumption, not creation. It leads to passivity, not purpose. And the face of a man who's been chasing pleasure for 40 years tells a story of emptiness disguised as satisfaction. Purpose changes everything. It changes how you wake up in the morning. It changes what you spend your energy on. It shifts the entire posture of your life, from defensive, protecting comfort, to offensive, pursuing meaning. And that shift is visible. A man with purpose moves differently. His eyes are focused on something ahead, not something behind. He's building, not just maintaining. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in the known world at the time, wrote, "What is my purpose? To be a good man, that's it. Not to be rich, not to be famous, not to be comfortable, to be good." And every decision flowed from that single organizing principle. When you have purpose, aging doesn't scare you, because you're not measured by your youth. You're measured by your contribution, by the quality of your character, by what you build and who you help. These are things that grow with time, not things time takes away. Find something that matters more than your comfort. It doesn't have to be grand, but it has to be real enough that on the hard mornings, it still pulls you out of bed. That's purpose. And purpose, genuine, lived purpose, is perhaps the single most attractive quality a human being can ever possess. 5 habits: emotional stillness, radical authenticity, emotional release, silent confidence, and purpose over pleasure. Notice something. Not one of these habits has anything to do with your looks, your money, or your status. Every single one is internal. Every single one is trainable. And every single one compounds over time, getting stronger, not weaker, with each passing year. Aging isn't a betrayal, it's an opportunity. And the men who seize that opportunity, the ones who use the decades to build character instead of just accumulating years, they don't fade, they become unforgettable. Which habit hit you the hardest? Drop the number in the comments, and if this resonated with you, subscribe. We release new videos every week. Master your mind,